There is a documentary style that has become instantly recognizable on YouTube: layered paper textures, cutout characters, handmade-looking backgrounds, smooth camera movements carrying viewers from one idea to the next, while a calm narrator explains something complicated in a way that feels surprisingly simple. For years, creating that look required a motion designer, a serious understanding of After Effects, or several days of manually building and animating every scene. Google has introduced cinematic video overviews inside NotebookLM, now renamed Gemini Notebook. It can transform your research or an existing script into a richer, more immersive animated video. In this tutorial, I'll show you two different workflows. One where Gemini Notebook develops the narration from your research, and another where it follows a finished script you already wrote. That second method is especially useful when you plan to remove NotebookLM's native narration and replace it with your own voiceover during the final edit. Before we begin, let's be clear about what we are creating. We are studying the broader visual language behind paper-cutout documentary animation: layered textures, simple characters, visual metaphors, calm pacing, and smooth movement. We are not copying another publisher's scripts, branding, characters, graphics, or exact creative identity. The goal is to take the format, combine it with our own research and storytelling, and turn it into something original. I've also placed the exact prompts used in this tutorial inside my Telegram and school communities. You'll find the links in the description. Now, let's begin. First, here's a quick demo of what we're going to build together.
Picture this. You're flying a 20-year-old Cessna, descending smoothly through the clouds toward a public airport. As the runway comes into view, consider the physical reality of what's below. This is a massive, government-funded public works project. Since 2007, Washington has pushed more than $37 billion in improvement grants out to American airports. Every inch of that asphalt was built and repaved using your tax dollars. Because the public paid for it, this sprawling airfield legally belongs to you. You touch down, and then you discover the one detail nobody bothered to print on the sectional charts. Across this massive expanse of publicly funded real estate, there is exactly one place you are allowed to park. One company controls the ramp, the only building with coffee, and the single exit gate. You didn't ask for a marshaller to guide your plane. You get one anyway. You didn't ask for a facility fee. It shows up automatically on your invoice before you even step inside. The moment you need to exit your aircraft, this public infrastructure functions strictly as private property. The primary reason this bottleneck exists comes down to what's inside that single fuel tanker on the apron. This year, the price of Jet A on the pump at some Washington and New York terminals crossed north of $10 a gallon for the first time in recorded history. Welcome to the fixed base operator, the FBO. Extreme fuel markups and mandatory facility fees create an inescapable toll booth standing directly between you and the public land you just landed on. This is a nationwide reality. Look at the distribution of FBOs across the entire country. Of all the American airports that have an FBO, roughly 90% have exactly one. In 1938, lawmakers passed legislation explicitly banning airport monopolies, yet a massive legal loophole was left wide open. As a result, the final 100 yards of our public airports operate completely free of competition. For these companies, providing aviation services is secondary. The actual business model relies entirely on maintaining that exclusive monopoly on fuel sales. Controlling the physical real estate of the ramp creates an unbreachable moat to protect those extreme prices. The margins are so lucrative that the private equity giant Apollo recently paid roughly $10 billion to acquire a chain of these operations. Billions in public infrastructure have been quietly enclosed for private profit. Today, we are taking that toll booth apart to see exactly how this legal heist actually works.
Step 1. Create your notebook and add your sources. Open NotebookLM and create a new notebook. The first thing you need to do is add your source material. This step sets the ceiling for the entire video because NotebookLM builds its output around the sources you select. A notebook is essentially a collection of materials for one project, and each notebook works independently. You can upload documents, PDFs, website pages, research notes, or a finished script. However, avoid dumping a random collection of loosely related material into the notebook. Give it clean, focused sources built around one central subject. For example, imagine that we are creating a documentary about how supermarkets influence what people buy. Our notebook might contain a completed documentary script, reliable research about supermarket design, studies on consumer behavior, notes about product placement, examples involving pricing, lighting, music, and store layouts. The more focused your sources are, the easier it becomes for NotebookLM to identify the story you actually want to tell. Here is where many people make their first mistake. They treat NotebookLM like a regular text-to-video generator and assume the tool will somehow fix weak or disorganized source material. It usually works the other way around. Clear sources give the tool a clear direction. Messy sources create a messy overview. So before moving forward, take a moment to remove irrelevant information and make sure the documents inside your notebook support the same central story. Step 2. Open Cinematic Video Overview. Once your sources have finished loading, go to the Studio panel on the right side of the screen. Select Video Overview, then click Customize. You should now see the available formats, including Cinematic, Explainer, Short. For this workflow, select Cinematic. This distinction is extremely important. The Explainer format is useful when you want a structured overview of your sources, but it does not produce the same continuous animated movement we are looking for. Cinematic Video Overview is the format designed to create a richer, more immersive video using animated visual storytelling rather than a basic sequence of narrated slides. You will not see a separate paper-craft style button after selecting Cinematic. Instead, you steer the entire visual direction through the custom topic box. That box is the key to this workflow, and what you paste into it depends on whether you are starting with research or a finished script. Step 3. Method 1. Starting with research inside NotebookLM. Use this first method when your research is already inside NotebookLM, but you have not written the final narration. In this situation, NotebookLM will study the selected sources, decide which ideas to emphasize, write the narration, and create the animation. Your job is to give it strong creative direction. After selecting Cinematic, choose Custom Topic and paste the following prompt. This prompt performs two jobs. First, it establishes the visual direction. Layered paper, cutout characters, diagrams, maps, visual metaphors, and controlled camera movement. Second, it guides the narration toward a more conversational documentary voice rather than a stiff or academic presentation. Once you have pasted the prompt, make sure the correct sources are selected. Then click Generate. NotebookLM will interpret the material and create its own version of the story. That is important to understand. It will not simply read your source material word for word. It may reorganize ideas, combine sections, simplify explanations, or decide that some details are more important than others. That is perfectly fine when you want NotebookLM to handle the writing. Now, hit Generate and let NotebookLM do its job. But what happens when you have already written the exact script you want to use? That brings us to the second method. Step 4. Starting with your own finished script. This is the method I personally prefer, because it gives you much more control over the final documentary. You might have written your script using Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or another language model. You may also have written it manually. Either way, you already know how the story should begin, which examples should appear, how the argument should develop, where the reveals should happen, and how the video should end. In that situation, you do not want NotebookLM to take your carefully structured script and completely rebuild it as a general summary. You want the animation to follow your existing material as closely as possible. Start by uploading the completed script as a source. Next, select Cinematic, open Custom Topic, and paste this expanded prompt. Example: imagine your script begins with a dramatic shipwreck, moves backward to explain why the voyage happened, and then reveals the political consequences at the end. NotebookLM might decide to begin with the political background, summarize the economic reasons for the voyage, and save the shipwreck for the middle. The generated video may still make sense on its own, but it will no longer match the voiceover you originally wrote. The source order instruction pushes NotebookLM to preserve your structure instead of creating a completely new one. Now, a quick warning. This is not a guaranteed word-for-word script following feature. Based on my own testing, NotebookLM follows the intended sequence roughly 90 to 95% of the time. That is my personal observation, not an official accuracy guarantee. It may still reword sentences, combine related ideas, remove certain lines, shorten sections, or occasionally move something out of position. But even when it is not perfect, the generated visuals usually track the original script much more closely than they would without the chronological instruction. And that is what makes this workflow so useful. Why script order matters for your own voiceover. Let's say you do not want to use NotebookLM's native audio in the finished documentary. Perhaps you want to use your own recorded voice, a consistent AI voice associated with your channel, a professional voice actor, or a narration you already generated elsewhere. In that case, the animation must follow roughly the same progression as your voiceover. The chronological instruction helps create that alignment. If the first paragraph of your script discusses a crowded city, NotebookLM should begin by creating visuals related to that city. If the next section explains a financial crisis, the visuals should then move toward money, banks, charts, or whatever visual metaphor best supports that part of the story. And when the script reaches its conclusion, the generated sequence should also be approaching its conclusion. Without that alignment, you may end up with a beautiful paper animation showing the wrong subject, while your narrator discusses something completely different. With the alignment, you can remove NotebookLM's original audio, place your own narration underneath the video, and make relatively small adjustments inside CapCut. That can save a huge amount of production time. Now paste the custom prompt and hit Generate. Go grab a coffee while your video is being generated. Step 5. Download video and bring everything into CapCut. Once all videos are ready, download them. Open CapCut or your preferred video editor. Import every cinematic video overview, your final voiceover, music, sound effects, captions, logos, and any additional images or video clips. Place the generated video segments on the main timeline in the correct order. If you are keeping NotebookLM's native narration, listen carefully for strange pronunciation, inaccurate statements, awkward pauses, unnatural emphasis, audio glitches, or sections that do not match the visuals. Google explicitly warns that video overviews are AI-generated and may contain visual inaccuracies or audio glitches, so every result needs a full human review. If you are replacing the native narration, mute or detach the generated audio. Then place your own voiceover underneath the video. Play the timeline from the beginning and compare the visual sequence with your narration. Some sections may line up almost perfectly. Others may drift. When that happens, you have several options. You can shorten a visual, extend a suitable frame, freeze the final frame of a scene, change the playback speed slightly, cut to another section, reorder 2 shots, crop into a particular detail, add a slow zoom, insert a map, add a quotation, show a timeline, introduce a chart, or cover the mismatch with another generated visual. Do not feel obligated to keep every second of NotebookLM's output. The generated animation is a foundation, not a finished master file. Use the strongest material and replace anything that weakens the story. Step 6. Add your human creative pass. This step is essential. Do not download the generated overview and immediately upload it to YouTube without making meaningful changes. Apart from the possibility of factual or audio errors, untouched generations can begin to feel repetitive because many creators are working with the same underlying system. Your human pass is what gives the documentary its identity. You can also remove sections where the animation becomes repetitive or where the visual metaphor does not communicate the point clearly. The objective is not to disguise AI-generated content. The objective is to use AI as one component of a broader creative process. YouTube evaluates channels as a whole, and monetization depends on factors such as originality, meaningful transformation, rights to the material, advertiser suitability, and compliance with reused content policies. No prompt or tool can guarantee monetization. The strongest approach is to combine NotebookLM's generated foundation with substantial research, writing, narration, editing, and creative direction of your own. The real advantage is not that Gemini Notebook creates a perfect documentary with one click. It doesn't. It gives you an animated visual foundation, and your research, narration, editing, and creative direction are what make it original. Comment below with the first subject you would turn into a paper animation documentary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.